Before we dive on into today's video, I just want to give a quick shout out to this video's sponsor, Aowa.com. To buy runes, any item, weapon, or piece of armor in Elden Ring, check out the link in this video's description, and use code DTG at checkout for 3% off your already super cheap purchase. Hello YouTube and welcome back to another Dare to Game video. Today we're playing Elden Ring and we're doing another weapon guide, and today's is the top 5 best halberds and where to find them. So if you've seen these videos before, you'll probably know what we're going to do. We'll go over their stats, some special things about them. I'll do a little bit of a combat demo, but that's not really what these are about. Mostly I'm just going to show you where or how to get these weapons. So we're just going to start it right off and dive on in with number 5, the Nightrider Glaive, which you can see I'm holding here. Pretty cool weapon in my opinion. I like the way the halberds look on the whole in this game, and they're actually really good weapons. Just in general, pretty decent as far as high stagger and high damage goes. So they're definitely weapons that I recommend trying out. So this one, for stats, has a max attack power of 807 and an average guarded damage negation of 46.3. You can see for attributes required, we've got strength of 26 and dexterity of 10. No passive effects on this one, but we do get the spinning slash special attack, which is pretty dang good. And then it can be upgraded using Ashes of War, so definitely a great weapon. As far as getting this one goes, you're going to want to make your way up to Lingrave, or Liurnia up here, and if you can make your way to the East Rea Lucaria Gate, and then travel down the... Of course, you have to be at night, because this one is dropped by a Knight's Cavalry person who will be patrolling between these 2 points, so you're going to want to go between the East Rea Lucaria Gate and the Bellum Church, just right along the road here, and at night, this enemy will spawn in. So we've waited until nighttime, we're going to call up our steed and just ride along. And you can actually see him already right up there. There he is. So all you have to do is kill this enemy, and then you'll be able to pick up this weapon. The tactics I like to use with the cavalry in this game is to take out their horse first. Makes them way less dangerous. And you can see one of the nice things about the Nightrider cavalry is they're not a very mobile unit. So as long as you can stay behind them, they can't really do a lot of damage to you. See, we've taken out his horse, and now he's toast. And of course, having the extra reach of a halberd really helps. So once you've killed this knight cavalry, you can pick up the weapon, and that's how you get it. See? We got it. So let's go test it out. So obviously, glaives are a very versatile weapon. They can be used one-handed. You can dual wield them. One of my favorite ways is to kind of use them like a spear if I'm on ground, and I'll pair it with a great shield. They can be used very effectively on horseback. Or of course, a lot of people's favorite is going to be using them two-handed, just because it's going to give you a little bit faster speed and a little bit more power in your attacks. So here's our light attack. You can see that again, like a lot of other heavy weapons, even a solid spear block from a great shield isn't going to totally block everything about it. We have, like I said, as far as max damage goes, they deal just a ton of damage, 1200 XP there, or 1200 hit points I should say, and a little bit over 1000 there for that one, so they're very powerful. But again, where you're going to see something special is going to be that spinning slash special attack. And the fun thing about this is, there it is just on its own, but if you follow up immediately, you can do a heavy attack. So like I said, here it is again, there's just the standard one. Or you can do your special attack and then immediately follow it up with a second heavy attack. So it's a real powerful attack, great at breaking counters, does a lot of damage, and I honestly really like this weapon. Since I had 2 on me anyway, I figured before we move on, I'd actually just show you a little bit more. Here's our two-handed attack. So two-handing these things is again going to be real powerful. It's a lot like two-handing a lot of power weapons, where you can just do a tremendous amount of damage. But yeah, okay, so now that's number 5. Let's move on to number 4. Alright, and so for our number 4 spot on this list, we have the GARGOYLE'S Halberd. And this is just the standard one. I think it looks pretty cool. It's got a pretty stereotypical halberd design, and I really enjoy it. As far as stats on this one go, we have a max attack bar of 814 and an average guarded damage negation of 46.3. Attributes required to wield this one are strength of 26 and dexterity of 10. Again, no passive effects, and again, the spinning slash, so the same as the first one. Pretty dang powerful two-handed attack. And this one can be upgraded using Ashes of War, so you can, you know, put whatever you want on this one. Yep, so as far as stats go, pretty dang solid weapon. As far as getting this one goes, you have to kill a Valiant Gargoyle right kind of where I am, so you can see I'm by the West Capital Rampart. Now, I've already killed it in this journey, and so I can't remember exactly the location for it, but I think it's down here. I think it's in this little section by where the tree root goes down. I'm pretty sure I fought a gargoyle here, and so I'm pretty sure that's where I picked this one up. But in any case, it's right in the general vicinity of the West Capital Rampart, so it might have been over here too. I just can't quite remember, but I think it was inside here, between the Fortified Manor and the West Capital Rampart. So yeah, that is how you get the Gargoyle's Halberd. So again, again, like other halberds, this one's going to go great with a large great shield. It's really decent one-handed, honestly. Works well for dual wielding. Is great on horseback, but again, is probably going to be most effectual using it two-handed, unless you're dual wielding, because like I said, the dual wielding is very, very powerful. But yeah, so pretty standard looking heavy and light attacks. Where we're going to see something special is going to be from that special attack, which again, you can hit once and then you can follow up immediately with a nice powerful strength attack, which is very, very effective. So again, just going to be a real standard bread and butter halberd that works really, really well. Great in combat. Yeah. So that is number 4, the Gargoyle's Halberd. Let's move on to number 3. Okay, so right in the middle, the number 3 spot, we have LORETTA'S War Sickle, which is a pretty cool weapon that I definitely quite enjoy the appearance of. It's got a very unique, I mean, it's clearly inspired by a glaive type weapon, so I shouldn't say super unique, but it reminds me of Ario Hota's, I think it was a sword staff in Game of Thrones, and of course from A Song of Ice and Fire in general, and I think it looks a lot like that, so it's a very, very cool weapon. As far as stats on this one go, we have a max attack bar of 969 and an average guarded damage negation of 41. Attributes required to use this one are 20 for strength, 15 for dexterity, and 20 for intelligence. There are no passive effects on this one, and you cannot upgrade it using Ashes of War, but it does have the LORETTA'S Slash special attack, which is pretty dang powerful, deals quite a bit of magic damage as well as the physical damage it does. So definitely an excellent weapon. Pretty late game though. So as far as attaining this weapon goes, you're going to have to make your way, while we're on the Haligtree Promenade, you have to make your way to the Haligtree region, which you get to through the Consecrated Snowfields region. And so just really quickly how to get there, you have to have progressed far enough in the story to get to the Grand Lift of Rold, which unlocks the Mountaintops of the Giants region. Then you can go up to Castle Sol, which is up here in this corner, and make your way all the way to the end, and you'll get half of a secret medallion. Then the other half can be found in the village of the Albanoryx, up on the hill behind some shacks. There's a pot that you hit, and it turns into a person who gives you the other half. Once you've got those two halves, you can use the Grand Lift of Rold by using the secret medallion, and you'll get to the Consecrated Snowfields. Then you need to make your way to the Ordina Liturgical Town, break the magical seal, and you'll be able to teleport to the Haligtree region. Once you're here, you just make your way down the tree until you get to the Haligtree Promenade. And once you're here, you'll be able to fight Loretta, Knight of the Haligtree. And when she dies, she will drop this, as well as a remembrance, which can be used to get other stuff. And it will also unlock the ability to purchase the Royal Knight's armor from Round Table Hold. So definitely a great boss fight not to miss. And this weapon, the only way to get it is by fighting her, so you got to make your way here to get it. So that is how you get LORETTA'S War Sickle. As far as using this weapon goes, again, you're probably going to see the best results using it two-handed, although dual wielding is very effective, and again, going to be great on horseback. There's our quick attack. It does a up slash, which I really quite enjoy. Here's our jumping strength attack, so we're again going to be using a slashing attack instead of the pound attacks. Here we'll do a standing strength attack. So you can see that it doubles back and does the spin. And then the special attack is a spinning magical attack. Like I said, it does that physical damage, but it also deals a decent chunk of magical damage. So with that one, obviously you're just going to hit him twice. It doesn't appear to have any sort of a follow-up that I can find. So it doesn't matter if you just quickly hit another button afterwards, it's not actually going to upgrade it. But on its own, like I said, pretty dang powerful attack, initiates it fast. I don't know if you can get knocked out of the special attack, but probably, even if you could, you probably wouldn't very often just because of how quick it initiates. So definitely an excellent weapon that I definitely recommend, and one of the best halberds in the game. So let's move on to number 2. Then at number 2, we have the Gargoyle's Black Blade. So you can see this is going to be pretty similar to the Gargoyle's Halberd, the one that we already showed at number 4. Most of the appearance is going to be identical, except instead of having the sort of orangish material on the top of it, we're going to have the black one. So as far as stats on this one go, we have a max attack power of 979 and a average guarded damage negation of 45. Attributes required to use this one are 26 for strength, 10 for dexterity, and 22 for faith. There are no passive effects, and we have the spinning slash attack. So this one basically, over the initial Gargoyle's Halberd, the differences are you cannot upgrade this one with Ashes of War, so in some people's opinion, that automatically is going to make the initial Gargoyle's Halberd much better. But this one does come with a decent boost to base damage, so it's well over 150-ish points of damage difference. Plus, this one is a holy weapon, so it's excellent against enemy types who have a weakness to holy damage, typically undead types. So, an excellent weapon in my opinion, and one that I think excels at every single category that most halberds are strong in. So as far as how to get this one goes, another reason why it ranks nice and high is because you can get it nice and early. early pretty easily. And so you're going to want to make your way over to the Bestial Sanctum here in the Kaled region and fight the Blackblade Kindred, who you will find on these stairs right in front of the Bestial Sanctum. And once you've killed that boss, mini-boss I should say, you will get this weapon. They will drop it. So that is how you get the Gargoyle's Black Halberd. So again, you're going to be able to use this one basically however you want. One-handed, dual-wielding, pair it with a large shield, or again, just using it two-handed. So we get a nice thrust attack followed up by a downward slash for our light attack. Here's our jumping heavy attack. You can see we dealt almost 1,500 points worth of damage. Here's our standing charged heavy attack. So again, we're going to do that double slash, dealing an insane amount of damage. And then again, the spinning attack for our two-handed stance, which can immediately be followed up by another one. So very, very powerful weapon. That is number 2. Let's move on to the number 1 best halberd in the game. All right, and so finally in our number 1 spot, we have the Golden Halberd. And as you can see, this one is a real big, beefy looking one. Other than that, pretty standard halberd design, nice long point off the front. And of course, very golden, so it goes quite well with the armor that I chose for this video. As far as the stats on this bad boy go, we've got a max attack power of 1,075. Another one that's going to come mostly from physical damage, because it's got real high physical damage, but also a decent boost to holy, so that's going to help against undead enemy types. As far as the guarded damage negation goes, for an average on that, we have 46.7, making it the highest on this list, so it's actually got a really high guarded damage negation. Attributes required to use this one are 30 strength, 14 dexterity, and 12 faith. There are no passive effects, and it cannot be upgraded using Ashes of War, but it does have the Golden Vow special ability, which is pretty dang useful, and even helps stack on multiplayer. So it's a very fun effect that I think is effective during combat, especially if used right. As far as getting this one goes, it's actually a pretty straightforward process, and most people have the opportunity to get it extremely early in the game. So you start off at the first, well, actually you start off in the Stranded Graveyard, but after the first steps, you can go wherever you want. Most people are probably going to go straight forward to the Church of Ela, and right next to it, you're going to find the Tree Sentinel for Limgrave. And honestly, if you go and do it unprepared, like most people do, especially on the first run, he's just gonna shit stomp you, like he'll beat you. But if you don't go and do it unprepared and you actually know that he's a serious threat, you can take him out with a little bit of strategy. And if you do it on successive playthroughs, it's obviously quite a bit easier. So that is how you get it. You defeat him and he drops it. Obviously, you can do it once per playthrough, so you can get multiples of this weapon. And like I said, it's pretty hard to miss him, so everyone really should have the Golden Halberd. So for using the Halberd, we're going to see a lot of the same stuff, basically what you should expect from Halberds at this point. It's going to be real powerful, great at breaking through, blocking, does a ton of damage, can be used on foot or mounted extremely well. Obviously, if you're going to just have one of them, I would either use it two-handed or pair it with a Great Shield. And there's really not much more to say about it. It's just a really powerful weapon. As far as the special attack goes, basically, when you do that, it gives you and any allies you have around you a boost to attack, defense, and power, which is just going to make you considerably more effective in combat. So like I said, it's something that works rather well. I find it works pretty good in multiplayer, because then, obviously, if one of you is using these, you can help to inspire your teammates and make them even more effective in combat. Dual wielding them, again, is going to make you just ridiculously powerful because of the incredibly high DPS you can put out. But yeah, that is the Golden Halberd, takes the number 1 spot. Like I said, I know a lot of people will disagree since it can't be upgraded with Ashes of War, but it's an extremely overpowered weapon, which is probably why it can't be upgraded with Ashes of War, because then it would just make things a little bit too easy in probably everybody's opinion. But that is our list of top 5 best halberds. I've showed you what they can do, where to find them, and all that good stuff. So I hope you enjoyed the video, but in any case, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching another Dare to Game video. If you liked this video,